Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Mo's and the Gun channel. Today I wanted to make a video about a posting that my mom posted on her Facebook page. And this has to do with the Florida shooting, the school shooting that happened this past week. And I wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff that was said on here and just kind of some of my replies back to my very liberal cousin that I have. And he's a nice guy, but he's got his screws wrong in his head. So I'm going to read to you what my mom's post said, and then I'm going to go off on some of the stuff that I said. She said, "This is a comment on my post about gun control and good versus evil involving the school shooting in Florida. The only thing that I would clarify is that we are supposed to have a republic, not a democracy. Democracy leads to socialism. We have a combination of democracy and socialism today. We need a republic and our constitution back. When I hear liberals speak now, it's different than in the past years. They are full of anger and hatred, something I can't understand because the majority aren't even affected directly. We conservatives could have been this way when Obama got elected, but we didn't spew out all as they do. I feel like an evil spirit has entered into our population that wasn't like it was today. It's sad that we can't just agree to disagree. Our democracy was set up in a way that is for checks and balances, yet they now refuse the system. Truly sad. Let's keep praying." So I'm going to just go off some of the stuff that what I said and what my liberal cousin said. So his response, so let's give everybody a gun and take our guns in church and school and the mall. My mom replied back, "That's what it was supposed to be. Protect yourself. I'd much rather be armed with a group of armed vigilantes than at the mercy of a lone gunman having his way with everyone he targets. We hear of churches getting held up during services, schools getting ambushed, and students killed or maimed. Malls not being safe. You betcha." And this is what my cousin replied back to. "So it's those little kids' fault they should have been armed, LOL." And his response was, you pay teachers $12 an hour and expect them to pack iron and complete combat training." And my mom replied back, "We need to protect ourselves. So you'll all be ready with a loaded gun today to protect our Constitution, right? To the store, to the school, to get your nails done. This is freedom and liberty. My child needs a gun to get home safe? Question mark." There was a bunch of other comments there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but my cousin then says, "You dance around the fact that every mass shooter is a white supremacy punk with a Trump hat on." And I'm going to go off on some of the stuff that I said. I said, "It's a choice evil people make. I drive a truck for a living, and if I wanted to be an evil person, I could easily drive into a bunch of people going 50 miles per hour. Now, would that be the truck's fault, or would it be me making the decision to do so? It's easy for people to blame guns." I said, "I have 2 YouTube channels, but that doesn't make me a psychopath." His reply was, "Someone taught that kid an AR-15 is the best way to murder the most people. Do you really want that on your resume?" And I replied back, "It wouldn't be on mine because I never said that. Also, news networks like CNN, aka Fake News Network, is the one that's been saying that. I've never seen a YouTube video where anyone has ever said what you just mentioned." And his reply was, "I don't think you do it on purpose, but your young minds like you look up to you. They think murder weapons are cool, and they're not. They're murder weapons." Really funny. So I replied back, "Anything can be made into a murder weapon. Cars, hammers, knives, beer bottles, pipes, so on and so forth. The majority of the American people who have guns aren't crazed psychopaths with mental disabilities. It's easy for people to blame guns for mass murder. It's funny that I'm seeing liberals posting stuff all over the internet about them wanting to kill GOP and conservatives." And then I posted a picture of one threat that liberals made. One lady says, "It all boils down to lack of parenting and society pacifying younger generations for Pete's sakes. They're eating freaking Tide Pods and dying from cinnamon challenges. And he said, so let them buy assault rifles? And I replied back, the general public can't buy assault rifles. It's illegal unless you have a special permit for which it costs thousands of dollars to get. Assault rifles are used by the military. It's not like I could just walk into a gun shop and just buy one. And then he replied back, that kid walked into a store and bought a rifle, murdered 17 children. He can't even buy a beer. It's ridiculous unless you have a soldier. You don't need one. And I said, I am not a soldier and I own 3 AR-15s, 1 AK-47, and not assault rifles. I do believe they need to look into people more better before selling them thugs like this one. And then he said, a white supremacy punk wearing a Trump hat. Mega. And I replied, I agree, he is a punk. I have a Trump hat, but that doesn't make me a mad person. He said, no, but when you and your friends brandish your weapons online, you encourage nut jobs to kill people. Very interesting. And I put, that's not true. People are nut jobs because of many different reasons, not because we show off our guns. So where did he learn it from? YouTube? He's just a dumb kid doing what he sees online. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't do stuff like that when I see it online. And I put, but that's not necessarily true. People eat Tide Pods on YouTube videos. Does that mean everyone who watches YouTube is stupid or dumb? People make choices on their own, which doesn't mean everyone should follow them. Very true. And my mom wrote, he has mental problems. He may be on a psychotic drug. And she said, when I was little, we watched Gunsmoke and other Wild Western movies and with cowboys and killing Indians all the other time. We used to play with toy guns. My younger sister and I played war. We both dodged each other's rocks that were pretend grenades. We can't cap guns that popped when we shot someone. She said, I don't kill or aim a gun at anyone. And she said, someone taught that kid how to murder the most people with an AR-15. Do you really want that on your resume? And I'm just scrolling. And my mom replied back, the Second Amendment was originally put in place so we the people can maintain the God-given right to protect ourselves against a corrupt government and ruler. They had just defeated the wicked King of England and knew how important it is for us to be able to maintain control of our sovereignty and power against the servants we hire to protect our guns. Read the federal papers. And at that point, I just kind of gave up on the whole the comment I'd been reading. There's a lot more on here, but I just haven't really responded to any of it because it's, you know, kind of that situation where you don't really want to argue with liberals as much as you don't have to, because they're always right and you're wrong. So I just wanted to share that video. I'm sorry if I did a lot of mumbling. I'm trying to read through a bunch of comments, but I hope you guys got the picture there. Thank you for watching, everybody, and if you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and share it. And if you guys don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I'll leave the links below in the video description. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a good day.